Pisces, let's get into a reading. I'm just going to do a quick love update. I just want to see what's coming in for you in love, what the energy could be around you or could be coming towards you. If you guys need anything, check it out in the comment section. I will be using my oracle cards if you'd like to check those out. They're down below. Let's see. What is the energy coming in towards you in love? Oh God, somebody wanting a second chance. There could be someone here obsessively thinking about a lesson that they've learned. So it's kind of like you can't see it until you can see it. So someone could have needed to go through a spiritual awakening for them to see that they learned a lesson. And now that they've done that, now that they've realized that, they can't help but think about it. Okay, so what they're showing me is like someone sleeping in a hotel room and they think it's in the middle of the night. It isn't until someone comes in and opens the curtains and goes, hey, listen, why have you been in bed all day? It's literally 5 p.m. We're going to eat dinner. You've missed the whole day. That someone recognizes, oh my God. Oh my God, that could be something that's happening here. And now they're kind of obsessively thinking about the fact that they slept all day. They missed all the excursions you guys were going on. That's what I'm saying here. So there could be someone longing for you, longing for a second chance after recognizing that they were maybe going through a spiritual transformation. Now, the people that I know that's went through spiritual transformations can be night or day. Spiritual transformations really help you see what's no longer working in your life, what maybe used to align with you and doesn't anymore. Usually during a spiritual transformation, you'll quit being friends with certain people, jobs will no longer work, maybe family dynamics get kind of shaken and then reevaluated to see how they need to show up or how they need to be a part of your life moving forward. Someone here definitely has recognized that they learned a lesson and couldn't see it until it felt like it was too late. And now they can't help but think about it. Uh-oh. Okay. So when this person thinks about you, what do they think about? So the lesson could have been that they made you wait. The lesson could have been that they needed life to look a certain way, and now they're recognizing that they didn't need that at all. That could be for some of you. You could have been dealing with someone who was like, well, I need you to wait. I need you to be patient. I can't give you everything because of A, B, C, or D. They could have put themselves in an illusion. For some of you, this is someone who was discontent and could have been kind of playing the field. And that could have been their spiritual awakening, was them learning lessons, figuring out what they wanted, what their future looked like. That could be for some of you. So they view you in this dynamic as something that they are able to see from a higher perspective. This person's on a ledge. So this person is seeing your relationship, your dynamic, and you from a different perspective. But there's two ships here that are in a sense of distance. So they could feel like it might take a moment to come towards you. Some of you, they could have to travel over water, over a lake, over a river, possibly over the ocean. So someone here could have to travel over some sense of water, or that could just show that this person feels like you're kind of out of reach. This could have been someone where there was a stalemate energy, someone who was stuck on taking action, someone who was confused when it comes around taking action. I'm definitely getting that this is someone who has desire, but their desire and their action was not aligned. This is someone who's worried. I'm worried that I can't make this right now. This could have been someone who was holding on to some sort of grief, or could have been very angry at one point in their life. Ooh, I'm getting hot all of a sudden. I literally just had a heat wave. This person could work outside, or they could work somewhere where there is a lot of heat. Maybe there's not AC where they work. So what do I think about? I think about factories. I think about construction work. I think about some offices, their AC doesn't work, or they're so rigid they won't let you have AC. So this person's job could be in the heat. They could be exposed to the elements, is kind of what I'm feeling. Okay, how does this person view you? They view you as someone who might not want to listen. This person's looking at their phone. So this person could want to reach out to you and confess something to you. They could either feel like you're not going to respond, you're not going to pick up, you might be too busy, because this person is doing multiple things at once. They're drinking coffee, they're on their phone, they look like they're ready to go to work. So this person could be a little maybe unsure whether or not you would pick up, you would answer, you would acknowledge them. For some of you, one of the lessons that they've learned is being on the verge and what that's going to get you. So maybe this person's been wanting to tell you something and they've not actually done it. That could have been a lesson within itself as well. Okay. How does this person feel for you? They feel like you're going to be guarded and defensive. This person feels that you are very loyal, dedicated, consistent, but they also feel that there was a choice that was made that they now see was unwise, but they don't know if you're going to forgive them or let them back in. That's how they view you. They view you as someone who deems this relationship as an unwise choice or wasted time. So when you look back on this, they feel that you think, oh my God, I wasted my time with that person. Oh my God, I wasted energy, effort, consistency, loyalty. When I think of that person, I think of what a waste of time. That could be how they feel that you feel. They are recognizing that there was an unwise choice here. Again, an unwise choice to maybe leave you out, leave you on red. The Five of Pentacles is not a good energy. The Five of Pentacles is like going to pay for your groceries and not having enough money, making you feel a certain type of way that didn't make you feel, this person didn't make you feel valued. They didn't make you feel loved. They didn't make you feel safe. So you could have put in effort and dedication when maybe you shouldn't have, when their body language was showing something completely different, when their actions were showing you that they weren't ready for that or they weren't comfortable with that. Five of Pentacles, though, is telling me that you did it anyways. So that could be one of the reasons you're going to be defensive or guarded. Because you maybe gave everything when they gave nothing, or you gave and you gave and you gave and they didn't see it until it was too late. And that could be why they're worried, because maybe they were lashing out in anger. They were in a season of grief and taking that grief out on you. Or they could be wanting you to forgive them, but they're kind of scared that you forgot them. But again, now that they went through an awakening, they are a different person. But that could be something that they're obsessively thinking about. Are you going to believe me when I say that I'm a different person? Are you going to believe me when I say that I've grown, I'm different, I've matured, I really do want the same things? Are you going to believe me? So what happened for this person to finally see the issues? Well, one thing that happened is that they had a lot of late nights. They had a lot of flings as well. But one of the things that could have took place is they could have had maybe people stay over, or people that they dated, and then those people would be asleep, or those people would walk out the door and they would turn around and start thinking of you, feel consumed by you, feel regret, feel remorse, feel shame. If this is someone who was in a season of going through spiritual transformation and they were confused, they could have felt that you were in their life to teach them a lesson. But they could be looking back and recognizing that that was their place in your life. So now that they look back, they could be having regret for some sort of fling or flings, or the inability to be vulnerable and open up when they wanted it the most. So instead, they gave temporary emotion, temporary fulfillment to other people, and they could now regret that. That could be another sense of grief, because they could have some sense of shame. So instead of acknowledging what they were feeling, what they were thinking, they then showed up in a way where their behavior makes them feel regret and shame now. Are we noticing that I'm looking down a lot? This whole reading, I feel like I've been looking at the table. So maybe this person has a hard time making eye contact. Maybe this person has a hard time accepting responsibility. This person could feel a lot of shame because of their actions and what's happened. They could feel a lot of, it really sucks that I have to go in and take responsibility and ask for forgiveness and know that I might not be forgiven. I feel like this experience has been very humbling for this person. It's really humbled them in ways that maybe they didn't expect, or ways that they've seen others go through, but they didn't think they were going to go through it. So if they did date people and it only lasted a few days, a few weeks, a few months, they could again feel a lot of shame because they feel like they love you, but they don't know how to explain it or how to show it. So then they avoid or they run, which is fine. You do you, boo. But now I see you protecting your peace and you protecting what you're giving and where you're at. So if they want to bring balance, they're going to have to really put their money where their mouth is and be willing to temper the sides of them that needs to give, but then also receive. So when they come in, they might have to go above and beyond when it comes to the giving. Maybe more than they would have when this first started out. So when you first start dating someone, I would say the scale starts at 0. It's an energy of, I'm going to assume that you're going to give to me and I'll give to you equally until you show me otherwise. That could have been where you guys were at when you first started dabbling. You could have assumed, because that's how you should date, okay, you're dating, so that means you want to give to me equally and I'll give to you equally. Now, when your behavior starts showing me something else, or when your words start telling me something different, I'm going to dip out, because you're showing me that your actions and what you think you're doing and what you think you want, two different things. That can show a disconnect within them. That could have been something that happened here. But now, since they did you wrong, pushed you away, did something in a moment of them transforming, they're going to have to come back and kind of make it up to you, so to speak. They're going to have to be the one willing to give and not expect for it to be equal right off the bat, because they have to prove their point that they are sorry, that they do want a second chance, that they feel that this deserves a second chance, and they're willing to show you. Now, again, one of the lessons could be that this person keeps waiting to express feelings, and that could be a lesson that they're learning. What are we waiting on? And if the feelings are true, it doesn't matter if you would listen or not. It only matters that they get it off their chest. So that could be leaving a voicemail, sending a text message, sending an email, writing a letter. This person has to get to a place where they're willing to learn that lesson as well and put it all in or put it all out. I'm hearing you put your left foot in, you put your left foot out. You got to put that whole body in, or you got to get the whole body out. That's what I'm saying here. So how did them exploring make them feel? It made them maybe see that it was time for some sort of change and transformation. It could have changed them internally as well. You know, it's interesting. They could have gotten fulfillment, but then the fulfillment, again, be met with regret, with sadness, with disappointment. Have you guys ever dated someone or entertained someone for a weekend, and then maybe the next day you're like, ooh, I wish I wouldn't have wasted my time dating so-and-so? Have any of y'all ever did that? That's what I'm getting here. I feel like this person, if they were having flings or doing these temporary, well, I'm dating Sally for 2 days. Nope, now I'm dating Bill, whatever. This person could be recognizing that they were looking for a sense of emotion or feeling from those people and they never truly got it. It could have been fast moving. There could have been maybe a lot of communication that really made them feel inflated and important. But then when them and those people would separate, so when the vacation was over, when that person would leave their home after they had fun, after that date was over, they would then go home and not only feel a lot of regret because they had fun with someone else, they would feel a lot of shame and remorse because it didn't fulfill what they thought it would fulfill. My eyes are starting to bother me. I'm having a hard time seeing. So someone could wear glasses or could be needing to go get their eyes checked. It's like my eyes aren't wanting to focus and I feel like I got something in them. Okay, so what do you need to know about this person before they come in? You need to know that you have forever changed them and that they're overthinking right now on what to do. They are fighting something. Okay, give me a little bit more. Feeling like they can't move on. trying to seek advice on what to do because they're obsessively thinking about it. Needing to trust the plan, needing to trust what's going to take place and how it's going to unfold. So this person is seeking advice. Seeking advice. What is the advice that they're getting? The advice that they're getting is that either there's a pattern here being held, or that they have the tendency to block their heart off or protect what they deem their security. So someone that they're talking to could be saying, well, you know, I kind of see it clear as day. You're not really changing. You're not really showing up in a different way to get something different. So I know that you're tired of maybe dating these people on Bumble and Hinge, but are you dating to be with someone forever? Or are you just dating someone because you need emotion, because you need fulfilling, because you need that dopamine hit, and then after you quit getting that dopamine, they're boring, I don't really like them, I just liked how they talk to me. Someone here is helping this person see that maybe they have an inability to be vulnerable and say, hey, listen, I can't move on. I'm constantly obsessing about where this is at. I don't want this to end. I don't want this to be over. I'm having regrets. This could be someone who's even doing life, and then as soon as they achieve something, they're sad because they don't have the person that they want to experience it with. An example would be, this could be a lover again who gets promoted. Well, they want to go out and have dinner and celebrate that they got promoted. But the person that they want to celebrate with, they can't because you guys are not communicating. Somebody could be telling them though, okay, but you're kind of holding your patterns. You're not willing to do things different and to let them know, hey, I want you in my life. Instead, you're going and getting these people who don't even know you that you want to celebrate times with, but then by the next celebration, they're gone because they weren't there to actually celebrate you. They were just there to be part of the celebration. And that could be something that a support system is telling them, is the reason you keep getting those people, or keep getting these people who are a good time, not a long time, and temporary fulfillments, and it's really, really good till it's really, really bad, is because you're blocking your heart chakra and you're not fully seeing the lesson. And the lesson is that you can't move on, or you can't let this person go. But instead of taking action, you're worried. And then you think about them late at night, and you think about how it's ended, but how you've changed them, but how you also, again, Five of Swords energy here, there was an unwise choice made. So you feel that this person's making choices that are unwise, but that also affect you. Give me a little bit more. Again, wanting to nurture you. Oh my God. This person could be watching you. Again, longing for you, feeling a lot of heartbreak, not wanting to be in separation, but not taking decisive action to get the changes that they want. Whatever they are going through, it is an illusion. So, okay, what do you need to know about this person? They're telling me it deserves a second chance. I'm going to leave that up to you on whether or not you want to give this person a second chance. I will say that you've changed them, but I'll also say that this person maybe doesn't have the ability to really plan things and follow through, okay? This could be someone who's really mad because they didn't fight for you, or because they weren't willing to open up when they needed to. They could have been overthinking. They could have been okay with an ending, but now seeing that you're special to them. This could be someone who wants to take care of you, but someone who could have a lot of things that they need to speak, and they're scared that you guys are not going to be able to get over it. So there could be things that you need to know. The Nine of Cups could be an energy of, when we broke up, everything was great, but now when they come back, they might have kids you don't know about. They might have debt that you don't know about. There could be baggage that they once didn't have that they're going to come to the table with, and you're going to have to decide whether or not you want to accept that baggage. I'm just going to be honest with you. Now, with the heart here, I'm saying that you could end up accepting this person wholeheartedly. But I'm also saying that this person is really disappointed that they did have to maybe go out and gamble their life savings away for them to figure out who they were and why they were doing it. There's something here about someone taking action and not understanding why they do that. and then showing up to a support system and mentioning it, and that support system saying, well, you know, you're kind of the issue. You're kind of the problem. I was asking who can't move on. Someone here is really sad and disappointed, and someone here is juggling whether or not they want to have a discussion that could move this into a new cycle or a new chapter. The problem here is, though, that with the Knight of Wands, this person maybe does have a tendency to show up from a place of impulsiveness, and then that could lead to your disappointment. So what does this remind me of? This reminds me of the person who comes home and maybe you've saved $20,000 for emergencies. Well, this could be the wife or the husband that comes home and goes, I bought a house today. What do you mean you bought a house? Exactly what I said. I bought a house. What? I know you said you always wanted to be a homeowner, but I'm sorry. Did you just spend all of our life savings on a house that we didn't even discuss? Where is this house at? Did you take any of us into consideration? That's the energy I'm getting here. So for some of you, you do need to know that this person has the tendency to disappoint others because they maybe don't have an ability to temper the sides of them that need to be tempered from a place of impulsiveness. So that could be buying things when they don't really need them, they just want them. That could be the partner who you guys get kind of stable or consistent with one another, and then they might take action that disappoints you because you didn't want to move states. You didn't know that they were taking a job out of the country, and now they want you and everyone that you live with, children, animals, all of the above, to pick up and move. You could be really disappointed because maybe you just got to a place where you've got friends in that area. You just found your new yoga place or your barbershop that you want to hang out at. I'm definitely saying that you need to recognize that this person, although you're special to them in some sense, form, or fashion, you are special to them. You always have been, you always will be. I think that you need to recognize that this person does have the tendency to act out. So if they're mad at you, they could then do something almost impulsively. And that could be a side of this person that needs to be dealt with or done before you allow them back in. They are saying to maybe keep things close to your chest. They are saying to remain very independent and your own self until you know what exactly this is supposed to look like. I don't know why, but I've been getting that this could also be a relationship where someone didn't want to work it out, but now they do, and they could be worried. Because again, this could be a friend, a baby mama, baby daddy, a past lover, or a family member who acts out from a place of anger or grief, but then they expect you to constantly forgive them. And they could be wanting to come in and like tell you something. Hey, I know I ain't talked to you in 2 years, but me and so-and-so is getting married and I wanted you to come over. But then the last time you talked to them, they could have acted out in a place of anger, or they could have decided to close a chapter or do what they wanted to do. This could be someone who doesn't know how to handle conflict, so they could shut down or run. And then when they feel that the conflict is over, they want to come back in and kind of make an amends. But that could be the lesson that they need to learn, is that you're able to let this relationship go if you need to. They can't. And that is their red flag. That is their lesson that they have to learn. At the end of the day, you can only give a relationship so many second chances, especially if you know what you're going to get. And this person could be the kind of person where they can make a choice and then maybe 6-8 months later, a year later, they don't know if it was the right choice. Should I have cut my mom off? Should I have cut my sister off? Should I have told my best friend that they're just jealous? I don't know. Maybe I miss my best friend. Again, this could be that baby mama, baby daddy who acts reckless and then wants to come back in 6 months later and act like nothing happened. And it's because you're special to them. This could also be the baby mama, baby daddy that loves to pull the but we grew up together, and they see that as their excuse to be able to act any way that they want, even if you guys are 50. It's like, but we grew up together. Okay, well, we grew up 20 years ago, homie. It's time to quit acting like that. But there could be a pattern here that this person has, a pattern that they need to awaken to. They can also have the tendency to not want to tell the truth, and that could again be another lesson. I'm also saying that there could be something coming out around this person here in the next few weeks that could disappoint you. Okay. So yeah, I see that this person wants to reach out to you, but they're unsure if they're going to be able to make it right because they've been acting from a place of impulsiveness. This could also be, I don't know why, but I'm thinking about someone who could be like an addict. And it could be someone who has like stole from you or done really dirty things. And maybe they're sober now. Maybe they're like, hey, listen, I know for the past 6 years, I've really wranged you guys through the mud. They could take responsibility for that, but they could also kind of hold their patterns and feel like you should just get over it. You should just forgive me. I get that I stole from you 4 years in a row, but I told you I'm sober now, so just take it at face value and get over yourself. You could be a little more along the lines of, no, we get it. I understand that, and we love you. However, that doesn't mean that you're allowed at our house whenever you want. That doesn't mean that you can just pop up whenever you want. There are boundaries. And this person could get really mad because they could maybe stay in a place of holding a pattern. They could feel that they want a certain support system and that you're not giving that there's an obstacle here. And then they could act from a place of revenge. Well, if you don't want me at the house, mom and dad, even though I'm sober, then I'm going to go hang out with those friends again. And that could be a way of them like proving a point to you when they're actually hurting themselves. You're trying to set a boundary. You're trying to make the relationship effective so both of you feel safe. And they could be doing the complete opposite. They could be acting from a place of grief. They could be showing up and making life changes that then haunt them in the middle of the night because it's pushing them further and further and further away from being able to build a relationship or fix the relationship with you. So I don't know why I'm getting that, but I am getting that as well. It could be that very complex, well, you know, my family member's an addict. We're trying to be understanding, but we also have to make sure we're protecting ourselves because we're tired of coming home and being gone. That could be how you're feeling. And they're saying, listen, when this person comes in and indulges what they're feeling, what they're thinking, listen. However, stay guarded and remain proactive when it comes to what might take place because yes, you might love this person, you might care for this person, but you also have your own autonomy to where you can love and care for someone, but also recognize that they might not be bringing beneficial. You can love and care for someone, but recognize that the relationship might not be beneficial for you, that it might be toxic, that it might be too much for you to handle, too much for you to deal with. And they're saying also recognize that you have changed this person, but that you also, again, maybe need to protect what you built, what you have, because this person is going to expect you to put in effort almost. Why do they feel that they can expect you to put in effort? Because they've yet to change some sort of perspective. Again, coming in very quickly. And again, wanting to start some sort of conflict. This could be that lover who's going to say that you're jealous. Well, you're just jealous. You're just mad. You're just bitter. You're just A, B, C, or D. When that's not the case, you are recognizing that something here does not align with you. So what's happening here is they're saying, listen, if you feel that someone is challenging your position and you feel that your position is exactly what you need to do and it's best for everyone involved, stay firm, die on that hill, okay? Because at the end of the day, what this is doing is someone could be kind of challenging you and where you're putting in the effort. And they're saying that this deserves a second chance. However, they're also saying that there could be parts of this relationship that are still, see, here's what's going to happen. They're going to come in and they're going to give you truth. They're going to tell you how they've changed. They're going to tell you how there's a new beginning. They're going to tell you how they want you to heal something here and how they want to fix it. But what you're not seeing is that there's a lot of confusion, illusion, or options around what's actually going to be manifested, and that what they maybe are promising you isn't necessarily what they're bringing to the table. So again, it reminds me of dealing with addicts. We all have addictions in some sense, form, or fashion, whether it's too much coffee, too much Coca-Cola, spending too much money, smoking, drinking, TV, granola bars, whatever. But the problem with this is that this has the tendency to bring a lot of drama, a lot of conflict, a lot of competition. This is like that mom or dad who has maybe been an addict or who has had troubles in their life. And then they're going to come in and tell you that they want to fix a relationship with you. but their behavior is not going to be that way. They're going to come in and they're going to talk the talk, but their behavior is going to be confusing. They're going to kind of keep the dialogue open-ended. So again, let's use the example of having an addict in your family. They're going to say, you know, I've gotten sober, I'm doing really well, I wish you would let me in and trust me again. Instead of recognizing that the trust has to be earned, it took time to break that trust, it's going to take time to gain that trust. Instead of them recognizing that, they're going to be the kind of person who's going to come in and say, I'm going to be truthful, I'm going to be honest. I lied to you, I stole, I did A, B, C, or D, I want you to forgive me. Okay, that's done. New chapter, right? And they're going to get a little butthurt that a new chapter isn't going to be that easy. It's actually going to take a lot more dedication. It's going to take a lot more effort. There's going to have to be a sense of like being precise in what we're doing, where we're going. And I don't feel like this person wants to do that, which is one of the reasons why they're saying, at the end of the day, take someone at face value. Again, this could be the kid who's going to get mad at you. Well, I know, Mom and Dad, I put you through the ringer for 10 years, but I am sober and you should just trust that when I said I'm sober, I'm sober. But instead of them being able to put themselves in your shoes and going, okay, but I understand why maybe you don't want me in your house without you home. I understand why you don't want me just popping up with all these random friends because the last time I did, they would rob you. Instead of being able to put themselves in your shoes, they're still looking at it from a me perspective. And I think that's what the universe wants you to remember, is that this person can only give in this relationship from a me perspective. Now, are they going to come in and try to heal this? Yes. Are there still going to be secrets that are going to be illuminated in the far future that's going to make you confused because maybe what they're saying and what they're doing is different? Yes. And I think that's what you need to remember, okay? I think that's what you need to remember. So yes, this person's going to come out of nowhere. Listen to your intuition. This person feels very connected to you and is missing you. So again, this could be that ex. This could be the baby mama, baby daddy who misses you guys being able to be close with one another. There is something that this person misses. However, I am seeing you giving them a message of truth or a message of bad news, and that could be what makes them so anxious. Also, I'm also seeing an indifference here, an indifference on what you're expecting from them and what they're capable of. I see you being unsure of whether or not this is actually good news. I see you not necessarily trusting this. So what I will say is that you've changed this person, but whether or not you want them in your life is going to be up to you. At the end of the day, I feel like no matter what you choose, it's going to be a happy outcome. But that's up to you. So if you decide to let this person back into your life, family member, friend, lover, someone you have a history with, you need to recognize that values and morals are not the same. How you guys show up in your life is not the same. I don't care if this is a baby you raised. This is the kind of baby where you're like, I don't know where the hell you learned that from. That is not my parenting. I don't know where you learned that from. That's going to be this baby. If this is a lover, this is going to be a lover when it comes to how you guys would handle situations. Let's say that this is a baby mama, baby daddy. How you guys handle the children are different. So if you're expecting them to put the kids first because you do, maybe don't expect you from them, because I am seeing that this might be a kid who's going to expect forgiveness very quickly. This is going to be that lover who's like, well, I said I'm sorry. That's good enough, right? They might not recognize that with words needs to come action. And again, I feel like you're changing them, but I also feel like this person has an inability to really see that action needs to be followed through to heal some sort of abandonment, broken dream, heartbreak, grief. This could even be someone longing for a certain life with you, but they don't really have the ability to put in the action. This could be a man or a woman who goes to bed every night dreaming about a future with you, yet every day they don't take action, which is telling me that they might have an inability to actually take action and give truth that would be needed for a breakthrough. They have an inability to fix an abandonment. This could be a parent. You know, I seen a thing the other day, and this is what it's reminding me of. I was watching a girl on Instagram, and she had made a comment about how she was talking to her dad, and he had said, you know, if I died today, I would be content. And she said, and it broke my heart because I always thought, but we've never had the relationship that I wanted. She has yearned for a dad. She has yearned for him to see her the way that she sees him. And in that moment, she recognized that the relationship didn't mean as much to him as it did to her. And that he's actually content with what he's brought to the table. And she felt, you abandoned me. You dropped me like a hot potato. I feel like you don't care. And you saying that pretty much put a nail in the coffin that you don't care, because you feel fulfilled with what you've done. I'm seeing that here. In her mind, he abandoned her. He broke her heart. But in his mind, he had nothing to fix. He might have said he was sorry, but that was good enough. That's what I'm getting here, is sometimes we have to recognize that some people don't have the action, the ability, the place of being able to be truthful with themselves to fix something. And maybe that's because they don't want to fix it, or they're content with where it's at. And I think that's what's happening here. Some of you are going to have to see that, yes, you've changed someone, whether it is a baby mama, a baby daddy, an ex, a family member. You do help them see that maybe how they're showing up isn't correct, isn't right. They need to do better. They need to be better. However, do not mistaken your actions for their actions. Don't assume that they're going to show up the way that you would, because I'm saying here that you... Again, whether this was a broken dream, a heartbreak, a divorce, or this person abandoned you in a time when you wanted them or you longed for them, recognize that maybe they're not capable of fixing it. Recognize maybe they're not able to see the truth in the way that you see the truth, because they've not been through it. They don't know how that feels. And they never will. Again, if we go back to that girl whose dad abandoned her and did all of that, he doesn't know what it feels like to grow up without a father, to have someone who claims to love you, but actions are the complete fucking opposite. He doesn't know what that feels like, yet time and time and time again, he does it to her every single day. He breaks a part of her off every single day. But she had the epiphany, she got the truth that I'm never gonna have that. I have to recognize that he's okay with what he's done. And I wouldn't be okay with it, because that's not who I am, but that's the difference here. That's what I'm saying here. Some of you are going to have to get to that point with whoever this is. And when they come in, you're going to have to take them at face value. Maybe this is that kid that you loved so much when you were raising them, but maybe in their adulthood, they got lost. And you have to recognize that maybe the version of them you wanted them to be and who they are two different people. And you're going to have to abandon the dream that you had for them and see them at face value. They might not fix problems the way you would have. They might not go and apologize the way that you would. They might not see wrong in their action the way that you would. That's what makes you guys different. But can you accept this person at face value? Can you accept the abandonment, the doing one thing, saying something different, the accepting responsibility but thinking maybe sorry is enough? You have to decide, okay? Now, I will say that this person is never going to be able to move on from you. So if this is a lover, an ex, a dad, a mom, this is going to be that person who always comes back around. This is that addict in the family who's going to reach out maybe once a year. How have you been? I'm sober now. And then they might do that same cycle. Again, this could be a lover who wants nothing more to give to you, who feels that you're special, but maybe they don't show up in the way that you need. Maybe in their eyes you're special, but it's not enough, so you feel abandoned every single day. You have to decide if their action's enough for you. And if not, you have to decide that you can take yourself out of it. So that's what I'm saying. I'm saying that this person is worried, but I'm also saying that there are things about this relationship that you might not want to see. And truths that could be hard for you to recognize. Okay? So I'm going to leave this here. Have a blessed day.